Okay?
So I don't date American black men. I have never dated an American black man, and my reasons are quite simple. So a few days ago, I made a video about coffee dates, and I basically talked about how I would never accept a coffee date as a first date. I think it's low effort, and it's just not my thing. Surprisingly enough, and I was genuinely surprised, 98% of the commenters and the people that were upset were American black men. So shocked because I didn't think that video would land on their For You page, but it did. And hundreds of them, hundreds, were crying on my shoulder over the fact that I would not drink bean juice on a first date with a man or with anyone. They were in my comments calling me all types of names, saying that I'm a gold digger and saying that I'm this and that. And then unprovoked, they started attacking me for my looks. By the way, I was so nice in that video. I did not insult anyone in that video, but they were insulting me. They were coming at me for my skin color, saying that I'm too dark and that I shouldn't have any standards. They were coming at me for my Afrocentric features. They were coming at me because I have an Afrocentric hairstyle in. Black American men honestly have this habit of attacking black women for the way that they look, especially if you are a darker skinned woman or you have more Afrocentric features. They will attack you. So the fact that they came at me for my looks unprovoked is not surprising to me at all. So reading the comments and watching the stitches, it brought up a discussion between me and my parents about why I don't date American black men. American black men generally do not value courtship, traditionalism, or even marriage. And I'm not saying that all American black men are like this, but a large majority are. They will berate you, break you down, and take advantage of you. I don't know why, but the sight of seeing a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman, having standards really does bother them. Maybe it's because in their mind, nobody ever talks about this, but they believe black women, dark-skinned black women deserve crumbs. Colorism is real, and they think that we deserve crumbs and that we shouldn't have any standards. I mean, I was getting so many messages and comments saying, you're dark-skinned, why do you have all these standards? The only reason why that video got them really upset was because it basically told them to do better. And they do not take well at all to being told to do better, as you can clearly see. And it's because they are not required to. They are used to giving women nothing, giving women crumbs, but then receiving the world back. So when they were watching my video, they were so upset. They were like, oh, no. You want me to take you on a proper date? A proper date when all I'm used to is inviting women back to my house, or inviting women on a nature walk as a first date, or inviting women to my car to link and smoke. You want me to actually put in effort? No, I'm not used to that at all. They're literally in my comments saying, what makes you think you deserve a meal? You need to prove yourself. And when American black men say that you need to prove yourself, that just basically means you need to go through hell and back with him. They don't want to put in the effort because they're lazy, they are entitled, and they are cheap. And don't get me wrong, it's not all American black men that are like this. It's just a large majority. And that is a problem because the majority of black American women prefer black American men, but there are not enough good black American men to go around. So I don't.
Thank you for waiting patiently, Miss Hayu. When y'all speak, if y'all could just do me a favor, just say how old you are so we can know, get some perspective on the person that's talking. But go ahead, Miss Hayu. Thank you for waiting patiently. Do you agree with what she said? Do you disagree? Do you agree with some? Do you disagree with some? What you got to say?
I don't think anything she said was wrong. I feel like that's just her perspective, her experience, and she has a right to it. I'm 32 years old. I don't do the same. Like, I'm not going to meet nobody, and I'm not about to sit in the car and smoke with somebody. I'm not about to go on a nature walk either. But I do also think that she shouldn't just relate it to only black Americans, because there's also other races that will do the same. Yeah, that's all I have that I can think of right now.
Wait. Okay. So you're 32 years old.
Yeah.
Would you say you have have you dated like a number of American black men?
Yeah, I date all races. I've dated black men. I dated white. I dated Italians, I dated Arabs, I date all over, and I'm not very specific on who I want. As long as they treat me right, that's all that matters.
Okay, so so in your experience dealing with American black men,
What?
I'm sorry, that person was getting some echo. Come back, Alicia, and please mute your microphone when you come up. Um, in your experience dating American black men,
Yeah.
have they been reluctant, especially like early on, to actually try to take you on a proper date before trying to sleep with you, or have for the most part have they not really, even shown any interest in trying to take you on a day? And I'm asking you about your personal experience, but this video, when I just saw it, it's approaching 14,000 comments, and there was women of all ethnicities, all nationalities in there co-signing what this woman said. And I'm a heterosexual man. I don't date men. I don't know what it's like to date a man. I don't know what it's like to date an American black man. So I'm trying to get perspective from people in real time. So what has your experience been?
My experiences, yeah, it was similar to hers. But that's like in my early 20s when I dealt with men like guys like that. Nowadays is different. I still get them, but because I do have standards and I just don't accept it, or they don't even approach me. And I recently made a story time how a guy, actually he was 51 years old and he thought I was 21. And he wanted to take me to Chipotle or Jollibee, which I'm not a fan of. So I gave him a list of three other places that I prefer. And instead, he wanted to have a conversation with me on the phone to get to know me more than to have a proper date to go out to know me, and then canceled on me.
Okay.
And this is a black man.
Okay, I'm going to get to what you just said, but I want to ask you this question first. And Lorene, we coming to you. Miss C. Okay, so from your experience dating other men, though, whether it be Caucasian, whether it be Asian, Hispanic, Indian, whatever it may have been, has it seemed in your personal experience, because you're not speaking for all black women or all women in general, but from your personal experience, have these other groups of men seem like they were more interested in actually trying to court you, actually trying to take you on a date? Or was it more so trying to, like, did it come off as if they were just trying to sleep with you as soon as they could, like at the same rate as American black men?
No, they'll easily take me on a date, but they'll still try to sleep with me.
Okay. So, you just talked about a man wanting to have a conversation with you on the phone before actually trying to, like, take you on a date and getting to know you on a date. Do you see that as a problem?
No, I didn't see that as a problem up until I told him the different locations or the different restaurants that I wanted to go to instead. He wanted to have the whole conversation and get to know me on the phone instead of taking me out. That's what I felt like.
Okay. Well, so he was. I'm sorry. Was he trying to take you out to eat as a first date?
Yes.
Okay. And why exactly were you not interested in going to the first restaurant that he proposed?
He wants to take me to Jollibee or Chipotle, and those places I don't like those places.
Okay. And you communicated with him that you didn't like those places.
Correct.
And you gave him alternatives, and he wasn't interested in taking you to any of the alternatives.
Correct. I gave him 3 choices. Yeah.
He wanted to make sure you was the correct investment.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, as a man, if he wanted to take her to a couple places and she communicated with him respectfully that she wasn't interested or she didn't like those places, and she respectfully gave him alternatives and he wasn't interested in taking her there for whatever reason, then that's a him problem.
Yeah.
But I have to say, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, the places weren't even that expensive. They were ranging from $15 to $30. So I didn't think that mattered either.
But he was trying to pull you into the like he was basically waiting.
Dating.
Yeah, and he was trying to talk to you and be like, okay, what do you like? What was the what was the conversation like
Oh, he
before?
thought I was, well, he thought I was 21 at first.
Oh
He was
Lord,
scared to approach me, and he told me that he has a 4-bedroom home that he just purchased, fully
mm.
furnished, and that he's a massage therapist, and he has a auto car wash place or whatever.
It sounded like he was broke and he had no money, and he was trying to figure out if he could spend that money on you or not.
Okay, Miss
That
Hey,
or
I have a question. I have a question for you though. Um,
hmm
do you? Okay, I'm gonna ask you the same question. Do you aspire to be married and or have a family one day?
no.
Okay, why not?
I'm just happier single. I grew up seeing all my friends with kids, and it's just been, nah, it's just exhausting from what I see, and I don't want that.
Okay, I respect that. Um, why do you think why do you personally think that a lot of American black men are not, again, I can like I have no reason to not believe women. And even before this video, I've seen women of all ethnicities, all nationalities echo the same sentiment that the woman in this video is giving. So my questions to you, same way I asked Sufra, why do you think that a lot of American black men, for whatever reason, are not inclined or prone to actually want to like try to court a woman and actually at least try to take her on a first proper date before like trying to get in her pants or something?
I think that it depends on the age. Also, like how they grew up, because I didn't have these standards when I was younger, especially in my early 20s. I was just out there trying to have fun, and if I was around guys, I was just trying to have fun, and that's what I was trying to do. Until I got older, I'm like, okay, it gets tiring, it's get old, and then I just want my peace, and I enjoy that much more than just messing around with guys. But I really think it just comes down to how they were raised, and if they have good support around them, if they have good what do you call it, models or mentors around to teach them better.
Okay, and one of the last questions I have to ask you, and I wanted to add, and Suffer, I'm gonna have you answer this as well. Answer this as well after her because we do need to move on to Lorene. Do you think? Do you think the attitude, the mentality of modern women, and especially modern black women, modern American black women, do you think that their attitudes and their mentality pertaining to dating has any effect or is has any correlation to a lot of American black men not actually trying to court them and actually take them out on dates? Honestly.
Do I think there's a correlation between African American black women doing what again? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Essentially, what I'm asking you is, do you think that these a lot of women's attitudes, their behavior, and just their whole mentality pertaining to dating and relationships, do you think that that has an effect and is a big reason why a lot of women, especially American black women, are not actually like being courted and men, especially American black men, are not trying to take them out on dates?
I wouldn't really know. My mom is not an American. She's British. My dad's American, so I really wouldn't know. I don't think.
So you're on the internet. You see a lot of the things that a lot of women say are their standards or expectations that they have of men. And if I'm just gonna be 100% honest, a lot of these women that have these standards that they or like what they say are their standards, they themselves don't meet their own standards. They themselves, the expectations that they have of men, they themselves, don't fulfill those expectations. So,
Oh, if they don't do that, then yeah, at that point, then yeah, it has something to do with it.
right. But I'm asking you, do you think just by from your real life experiences dealing with women, whether it's your girlfriends or women that used to be your girlfriends, and just what you see, or do you think a lot of women are delusional and just kind of, over their heads when it comes to like dating and men?
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, I wouldn't say all because not most of my friends aren't. I don't think they're delusional, but yeah, I think so.
And what do you think? What do you think is where do you think that is deriving from? I mean, we're not going to get into this conversation, but you see the whole 50-50. I want a man to make six figures, even though I don't make six figures. I want a man to have his own place, even though I don't have my own place. I can go on and on and on, but we're having a real conversation, so we're just going to be real. So why is it that a lot of women that are down bad, broke, we're just gonna be honest here, where are
But
they
see,
getting
that's hard.
where are they getting these standards and expectations from?
I can answer
Okay, so
that.
I thought. Oh yeah, please answer that because I wouldn't know because my the people that I'm around they got their stuff together and they've been doing that so I wouldn't really know.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Thank you, Miss Hay. You go ahead, Suffer, and then we're gonna move on to Laureen and C and Christina. We coming right to you. Go ahead, Suffer.
Yeah, they're getting it on social media. I have watched Shara Seven's stuff, but it's not really to build an emotional connection. It's mostly just to get men's money. And they are hurt women, but and it's also like because that's where the 50-50 comes from. Sprinkle sprinkle lady. It's also what is it, City Girls. The music industry does have a lot to do with black women's minds. That does have a lot that does have a lot to do with it as well. But the men, they know just by talking to a woman, but if they're not really, they should know. They should know what woman is. They know how to vet. These men be saying, "Oh, you know how to vet and vet this and vet that." They know how. They could tell which one is different. And as far as, and I keep telling everybody, all this 50-50 mentality and, oh, he got to pay all of my bills and this and that. And hey, she's absolutely correct, because women, we're supposed to be on it. We're supposed to have our own money. We're supposed to have our own car, our own apartment, our own house, our own everything, to where we won't need the man. Like, we have it to where we don't need them. We have it to where we can want them. So with that being said, she's absolutely correct. And I'm glad that social media and everything didn't mess over her mind to where it's like, oh, well, I need him to do this for me and this and this and that for me. You're absolutely correct. They have that bum mentality. You should not be trying to live off of this man. And it should be mutual. Both of y'all trying to build an empire. You're like that's what's gonna help the black community. We become sick, like, and we at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the black community. Our income is all the way low. The black women are the lowest as far as making income. Black men are they're the highest, but we should be striving to aim for better. Not, we can't live how the way the white women and the YT men live. They I mean, if you want to be technical with it, it was off of the backs of slaves. But we can't do anything about it. What we can do is make our money and strive for better and do what we can do and make businesses and make more black businesses. But it's not going to work because we're so busy focused on, oh, I want to be taken care of till I'm unalived, and that's about it. But like, let's start getting on our grind. Let's start making our money. But I mean, if that's what you want to do, if you want, and it does have everything to do with how the way the sometimes black women are raised. Their dad been taking care of them, and they took care of everything, and to where they don't know what's the difference between conditional love and unconditional love. Your father gonna love you unconditionally, but is that man gonna love you unconditionally? You won't know until he is actually your husband. But I don't know. I don't know. I land.
Okay, Suffer, thank you. Laureen, thank you for waiting patiently, Laureen. Suffer, please mute for me. We're gonna go Laureen, we're gonna go C, we're gonna go Christina. We're gonna go the Ebo sister. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name, and then we're gonna go Alondria. Thank you for waiting patiently, Laureen. Please say your age, and then you can speak on your thoughts on the video. Go ahead.